Hello Reformers, and welcome to a challenge run in Mountain Blade Warband Native. Now, I've chosen Native mainly because most of the gameplay is normalized. There are no differences really with anyone else's game version, if you know what I mean, so we're basically just going to be playing with that. I know that this is going to exclude the after-death camera that is included with diplomacy and things like that, but I'm just going to leave it as default, basically. Anyway, we're going to be starting a new game, and this is the companion-only challenge. So what we're going to do is we are literally just going to be playing with companions, and that is literally it. So companions are going to be our big thing to go for here, and I'm going to be doing something. This is actually not something that I've ever done before, and I think it's going to be really fun to try it, and we'll see how it goes. I'm actually going to be picking Barney's gold bear here, and we're going to go with that. All right, so we're just gonna go with Iceni here, and we are going to be improving our strength as much as possible, because our one way of making money initially is going to be, well, tournaments. Tournaments are going to be the way that we will be making money initially, and I am just going to be going with the standard looking. And we're going to go for Praven once again, mainly because, well, actually, mainly because nothing, because we are not actually going to be recruiting any units. So I'm actually not going to be leveling up Swadian Knights to completely dominate the game. I am going to be attempting to find one of these 8 companions, and we'll see how we do. Now, that was a nice headshot. Very good. I seem to be pretty decent with a crossbow for some reason nowadays. Don't know why. I guess it was just a fluke, perhaps. Anyway, I am interested. Yes, there we go. Thanks very much for the 100 dinars. Actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. The 100 dinars don't even matter. Oh, yes. I will be taking Marnid. Thank you very much. Join me, Marnid. You are going to be the first of many joining my band of, well, I'm not going to say that they're fantastic units, because let's face it, they're probably not going to be that good for us. But anyway, I am going to try and see if I can maybe buy a slightly better weapon here, because this dagger is not going to kill anything. That's also not going to kill anything. This is... oh, okay, well, you know, it makes a huge difference if you cannot recruit units, doesn't it? It makes an absolutely huge difference. So I guess what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to Suno here. Thankfully, I do have Marnid with us, so he is going to help us out quite a bit. And we are going to be taking Clethy as well. She is 200 dinars, so that's obviously a bit of an issue. We cannot recruit any caravan guards or anything like that, so that is going to be kind of harsh. You know what we can do, though? We can actually fight... oh, yeah, we can fight forest bandits. Of course we can, if we want to, but I don't have a good enough weapon to really deal with them. Oh, we can deal with some looters, though. I think we can deal with some looters. Let's do this. 3 troops against 7, and bear in mind that... oh, I should... you know what I should have done? I should have taken... Marnid's weapon. His weapon is actually looking pretty decent for me, because it gives me slightly... I think it gives me slightly better reach, and it gives me the ability to take prisoners as well, even though I'm not really going to be speccing too much into prisoner management or things like that, because I feel like it's not really necessary. But we are probably going to be finding something from these looters, I hope, because let's face it, they are using... I believe they are using falchions. Some of them are using falchions, so it would probably make sense for us to do something like that, and we'll see how that goes. But as I say, we are primarily going to be attempting to earn money through tournaments, through fighting bandits and things like that, and eventually we will, of course, be having a... not a full band. We're not going to go for a full band of companions, because let's face it, they are going to start hating each other, and it's just not going to work out. But I have worked out what companions work well with each other, and hopefully they will be okay. So I'm actually going to be just taking away this. I'm not going to be using a ranged weapon for the most part. Let's take all of these, And there we go. Now, of course, I am going to have to do a little bit of micromanaging with each of our companions here because there is no submod that gives them their own gear, basically. So obviously I'm going to need to do a little bit of micromanaging, and we're going to give him a hat. That's basically all I can give him. Isn't that fantastic? Let's give Clethy a club, and we'll give her a hat as well, even though it's absolutely awful. It really is. And we can give ourselves some boots. There we go. Okay, fantastic. All right, so that was pretty good, actually. That initial looter battle, not even bad. But what I am going to try to do is I am going to need to find some of the free companions that I have on my list, and we'll see if we can find them. I think it's going to be a bit difficult to do that. So, oh, Forentis, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be taking him. I think he has some problems with. I can't remember who he has a problem with, but I think it's Katrine. I think he has a problem with Katrine or Nizar or something like that. So we're probably not going to be taking him. But the one thing that I do want to do is I want to take some tasks from the guild master maybe, or something like that, because then we can start betting money on the tournaments. Alright, so the guildmaster gave me a task to hunt down some troublesome bandits, and that's exactly what I've done. As you can see here, we're actually in battle against them. However, these guys are actually bandits. They are actually bandits. They're not just looters, they are real bandits, and they're, as you can see, quite... oh man, it got a kill! Oh yes! Oh, okay, well... that was short-lived, wasn't it? Yeah. That was pretty short-lived, but I guess that's how it's going to be for the, it's going to be like that for a bit of time, because these guys are obviously pretty awful at what they do, and I am going to have to stay alive with my horse as much as possible, because this horse is utterly fantastic. I really, really like this horse. It's a spirited courser. It does so much to increase your damage initially, and hopefully I will be able to do some damage with it. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Alright, so this is going to be one of those times where I'm going to need to solo the entire bandit party, so I guess I'll, yes, it's going to take a bit of time. Okay, phew, that was extremely close right there. I was literally on the brink of death. Very, very close, and we finally did it. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of painful though, so I would hope that we don't have anything like that happening again. That would be nice. Anyway, let's take our ragged leather here. Oh yeah, there we go. Give me that. That is a lovely spiked mace. We're gonna have to take these two torso pieces as well for our friends, and another spiked mace. A falchion is actually going to be pretty good for us as well. Very good. Okay, I like that. I like that quite a bit. So let's have a look at what we can give them now, because we can give them this. There we go. That's a little better, and we probably want to give her the Nordic sword, and we'll give him the mace. I am going to hopefully be able to give them shields soon enough as well, but bear in mind this is going to be that first initial time where basically we're bad. We're really, really bad. Like every single person that we have in our employ at the moment has extremely bad gear and everything. So yeah, Clethy unfortunately does not have riding skill. We are going to have to change that very, very soon. So I'm actually going to give her 1 in riding skill, because every single one of my companions is going to be a cavalry, a heavy cavalry of some kind. Because without that, they're just going to be a bit too slow, and it's really not going to work out too well for them. But then, hopefully she's going to be able to use this Nordic sword. I was actually partially thinking of giving her the falchion. I think it might... I don't know. It might be a bit better to give her that, but I'm just going to leave it as it is, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, for the most part, we actually did level up twice, so that's pretty amazing. And what we are also going to be doing is we are of course going to be leveling up, not with ourselves, but when we get Jeremus or Ymira, we're going to be leveling up wound treatment and first aid. We're not going to be leveling up surgery at all, because there is no need for surgery, because we're not using any of those regular units. So I'm just going to continue leveling up strength here. My strength is going to be the main thing that I will be attempting to get as high as possible. Of course, my pathfinding too, because we need to be fast on the world map, even though we are actually going to be fast no matter what happens, because let's face it, we are only going to have about 7 companions or something like that, so or 8. Not entirely sure how many just yet we're going to end up with, but we'll see. Anyway, we were able to achieve victory here, and let me see if the Guildmaster is actually going to not even give me that much, but the actual fight itself did end up giving us quite a bit of cash. As you can see, it gives us a very meager amount, only 70 dinars. It's pretty awful. Oh, friend of... Oh, yes, this is good. Oh, yeah, 480. Very nice. I will take the ransom money to the bandits. Alright, so let's go into the tavern. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any other companions. Okay, no, we're not. And we can basically sell everything here. I'm going to end up selling the crossbow as well, because I don't think any one of my companions is going to end up using a crossbow. And I think from now on we're probably going to be getting some pretty decent gear. So I'm actually selling some shoes that are better than what I have. So let's take those back. Thank you very much. Otherwise, I guess I'll just buy some smoked fish, and we are ready to go. So let's go to Karindi. Karindi? Where is that? Where is Karindi? Is it really far away? Oh no. Okay, well, we've already collected 5 men, but I obviously haven't gone back there. Anyway, near Karindi, that is... Oh, that is... Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's all the way over here. Okay. Oh. Some looters want to attack me. Well, this is quite the pickle, isn't it? This is quite the pickle because, yeah, we probably should have waited a little bit, shouldn't we? But, I'm not used to that. I'm used to basically just running around however I want, because I have a huge amount of units, usually, and usually bandits will not want to attack me. So, yeah, that's obviously going to be a bit of an issue in the early game, but we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, this mace is basically, I think, one of my favorites. This is pretty fantastic. It's going to be able to basically help us to defeat any early game bandits. I think it could probably help us to defeat Sea Raiders as well. Speaking of Sea Raiders, they're probably going to be something that I will be wanting to attack when we have leveled up, or shall we say when we have gotten our companions all horses and all shields, because then we might be able to do something about them. Unfortunately, I still don't have any prisoner management. Maybe I'll get some of that in just a second, so that we can actually start making money from the prisoners that we're going to be taking. Because actually, you know what? Maybe it would be a good idea to give all of our companions blunt weapons, because then they can all take prisoners. So maybe it would be an idea. But the problem with this is that obviously native, we are only going to be able to take 5 prisoners. So it might not even make sense, to be honest, instead of actually just leveling up our strength and our power strike anymore. I think I'm actually just going to forego prisoner management for the moment, and we're just going to see how we do without slave trading. Right, so I can actually see these guys right here. There are 25 bandits, and we only have 4. Yeah, we have 4 now. Bear in mind that I actually found Bunduck. As you can see here. So he's actually pretty good. He has a crossbow. He's pretty decent at using it, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to continue to keep him as a crossbow user, because in the grand scheme of things, if he is going to be using like a, I don't know, siege crossbow or something like that, he might be extremely good at using it. So it might make sense. He is using a pickaxe, however, so I'm actually going to swap him out with that. Going to give him a falchion instead. And he's actually using some pretty good padded leather. That's better than what I'm using, but he doesn't have a helmet, so I guess I'll just give him one of those. And then we will try and attack these guys. I'm going to rest here for some time, actually, because I do need a little bit of HP for our other companions. Obviously, this is just going to be the initial stages of slowness, because we don't have any wound treatment at the moment, or we have a very little amount. Alright, so we have 25 against 4. I'm gonna keep the ransom money, thank you very much, because I want to bet that in a future tournament, and we are going to gain 11 renown for this battle if we are able to survive. And hopefully I will be able to distract the enemy as much as I possibly can by maybe killing a couple of their horses, maybe taking out a couple of them. along the way. Obviously, getting myself damaged is really not the way to win this, so I'm not a big fan of that, but there's not much more I can do except just try my best. Just try my best. And unfortunately, these guys do tend to come with bows, and their bows are making things extremely difficult to deal with because they are pretty accurate, and they tend to wait right until I have lowered my shield, which is, oh, very frustrating, but, you know, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I'm at a pretty decent HP level so far, and I don't think I'm doing too badly just yet. But, as I say, those guys with the bows are really making things kind of difficult for us. Yes. Yes, okay, fantastic. Okay, so far so good. So far so good, actually. Oh, there we go, Marnid actually got a kill, very nice indeed. And he's actually gotten level 2. Very nice. Okay, so obviously this is basically the initial problem that we are going to have in this challenge run. And, well, basically I would say if we die... If we die, then that's basically it. So maybe I should make it a permadeath run as well. So if I die, then the run is over, basically. If I die, the run is over, because, let's face it, I mean, that's how it would be in real life, and our companions would probably not be able to beat anyone at the moment, at the very least. Maybe a little bit later down the line, they might be able to, but at the moment, they are awful. They are really, really awful, but they're actually doing a pretty good job so far in this particular battle at the very least, so I'm pretty happy with them at the moment. Let's try and take out this guy, if at all possible. Yes, there we go. Okay. Bunduk! Yes! Bunduk has leveled to 10. Fantastic! Okay, so this is actually a pretty good strategy by the looks of things. Keeping a couple of enemies behind the main, well, not even behind the main force, but keeping the main force with me, and then having a small trickle of enemy units approaching our companions actually makes all the difference, as you can quite clearly see. I mean, look at that. We actually eliminated every single one, and it seems like the last one decided to run away. What a coward. What a coward. Oh well, never mind. We are victorious. I am extremely surprised, because I actually thought, wow, we're gonna end up losing this, aren't we? Anyway, come with me. We are going home. Yes, we are. Now, obviously, the prisoner management, we're not going to be taking any of these. Basically, these bandits are really not actually going to even sell for that much. They're only going to sell for, like, what, 80 or something like that, maybe? Maybe 100, if I'm lucky, which would give me quite a lot of money, actually. So maybe it was a mistake not to take prisoner management, but I don't really mind, to be honest, because as I say, from all of this loot right here, I'm actually going to be taking this saddle horse as well. And oh yes, give me these shields. Oh, these are fantastic. Yes. Okay. This is really good. This is really, really good. So we are going to be talking to Bunduk right here. We're going to be giving him one of these Nordic shields. He can continue to use his crossbow. I'm perfectly happy with him doing that, because he is doing fantastically. I mean, you saw that. He's actually level 10, so he's obviously a little bit higher level than the others. And he's showing how good he actually is. So what are we going to level him up in, though? That's the main issue. I guess we'll just level him up in strength and just give him a little bit more in power strike, so that if someone does get into his grill, basically, he can politely persuade them to leave. I guess that's how we're going to do things. This guy's more of a trader. Yeah, I guess we're just going to level up his strength and his power strike, because that's the only way that they are really going to get kills, by doing that. And thankfully we now have shields for them as well, so that's going to be even better. That's fantastic. We're not going to be giving Bunduk a horse, because let's face it, he's using a crossbow, and giving him a horse is really not the best idea. And I think we're pretty good there as well. And we will give Cleffy her shield. There we go. All right. Ah, fantastic. Okay, so we have 1,200 dinars. We're going to be maybe getting a little bit more from the completion of this particular task. I'm going to continue leveling up my strength, because if we are playing permadeath, which might very well be a pretty fun or agonizing thing to do, I don't know, either way, But if we are playing permadeath, then it might make sense for me to get as much HP as possible. And yeah, there we go. All right, so we were successful in that, and we'll go back to the Guildmaster, I suppose. All right, so here's the kidnapped girl. She's saying thanks, and she has now left. And I think I need to go back into the Guildmaster. Yeah, I need to go and speak to the Guildmaster, I suppose. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Thankfully, he is pretty easy to find. Alright, there's another 120 dinars, 3 renown, gained a little bit of relation with Tyr, and we've advanced to level 6. So pretty happy with that. Alright, let's go into the arena and actually ask if there is a tournament around here. Yeah, it will be a tournament. Tolga and... Whoa, Wurchek. Wurchek is really close by. Okay, that's fantastic. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to keep a couple of these pieces of item... Well, pieces of item? No, pieces of loot, gear, whatever you want to call it, just in case, because I'm thinking we're probably going to be gaining some companions relatively soon. I'm going to keep that shield, that old shield, just in case, because you never know. We're probably going to be needing to give someone that. I'm actually going to go in the tavern here, see if someone... Forentis. No, we're not going to be taking Forentis, I don't believe. That is probably not the best idea. I think he has a problem with some of our people that I have outlined about which ones I'm going to get. I don't know whether this is actually the proper way of doing this challenge, but I'm just going with who I think is going to get on the best, because we do not want people complaining all the time. That's for sure. So let's try and rush over to Wurcheg as quickly as we can, and try to avoid as many Sea Raiders as possible, because those guys are going to be really difficult to deal with. Have I missed it? I might have either missed it, or it might be starting relatively soon. Yeah, there we go. Alright, fantastic. So how much do I have to spend? 1,600. I kind of want to... I'm going to sell the Falchion because I want to have at least 1,600 just in case something goes wrong. Alright, so there are 64 participants. We're betting 100 dinars per round, and it's 4 teams with 8 fighters each. Okay, this is going to be pretty insane. Let's see if I'm actually able to do something here. I think it's highly unlikely, but I do have a pretty decent amount of Power Strike, which is exactly the reason why I did that, because I wanted to be able to, well, beat people up as easily as possible. And it seems like things are going pretty well for me so far. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get 2 kills yet. If you're able to get 2 kills, yeah, there we go. Then you can actually just give up the fight immediately and you can go to the next round. Okay, so let's see if we can do that again. Yes, yes, there we go. Okay, that's perfect. Fantastic. Let's continue doing that. 3 teams with 3 fighters each. Let's see if I can get another one. Yes, there's another kill. There's another one. Okay, maybe we can get this one as well. No, don't. Ah. I was like, no, you know, she was just coming along. And Zarina obviously is an absolutely fantastic, very, very strong fighter. So obviously... me seeing that happen was really, that was grinding my gears right there. But anyway, 3 teams with 1 fighter. Oh, I actually get a horse this time. Thank you very much. Okay, that might help me out. Or not, as the case may be. You know what? Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here. They can just fight it out, and I'll just deal with the victor, whoever that's going to be. Yeah, there you go. Take that, veteran fighter. Yes. Okay, that was good. Now let's have a look. 2 teams with 2 fighters. Okay, so... oh, I'm with Zarina. Oh, wow. That is pretty amazing. I'm a bit worried, actually, because I think I'm actually going to be up against Zarina at the very end. Yep, that is true. Look at that. This is bad. Oh, she's got a horse? Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's great. Lovely. Very good. Okay. Well, the one thing I can do is try and do some jump slashes. Ah, no. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, this is bad. This is not going well. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I went for the face. Did you see that? Yeah, I went for the head, actually. But anyway, there you go. 20 renown, over 4,000 dinars. Fantastic. Very, very good for us to do that. Let's go into the tavern. Let's actually see if there's anyone here that we can recruit. And maybe... nope, never mind. I was going to say, maybe we can expand our forces. But you know what we can do? We can actually go into the marketplace now if we want to. And we can maybe get some good armor or something like that. That might make sense. Look at this. We can almost afford this cracked plate armor, for example. I mean, we can afford some pretty decent stuff, so maybe we want to get every single person in our army, well, in our army, it's not really an army, is it? But maybe we want to get some people some helms or something like that. So I'm actually going to buy a guard helmet for myself, and maybe some... I don't really want to spend anything more than this, to be honest, so I'm actually just going to do that. That's 1900, that's quite a lot. So we're going to be giving... I don't even know. You know what? I'll just give Cleffy the helm because I don't think Marnid can actually use that just yet. And I think Bunduk, he's going to be pretty far away from battle, so it's actually not even going to make much difference to him. So I'm going to go for another point in strength here, and we're going to go for some more athletics so that I can actually start running around pretty decently fast. And I'm going to wait here until the next day because you never know, there might be another tournament up for grabs. Ah, this is wonderful, isn't it? Yes, I think we should probably get used to this, actually, as we go forward in this challenge, but these Tundra Bandits want to fight us. Now, they only have 4, which is kind of weird. I would have expected them to have a little bit more than that, because I'm actually traveling through Vejir lands at the moment, and I was very close to Kudan, and I thought to myself, yes, I'd like to travel potentially down to Tolga, because there is another tournament going on there, and I like to try and earn enough money to be able to get a Weaverian Dye Works up and running, because obviously having one of those is going to be extremely good for us, even though it doesn't even, you know, it doesn't even really matter, to be honest, because if you think about it, we're not going to have any wages, you know? We're not going to have any wages, so the only reason why I actually want to get some enterprises up and running is literally just so that I can actually gear my companions up, because if I don't have a cash flow, I'm going to need to do tournament after tournament, or I'm going to have to fight sea raiders over and over, and in general I don't really like doing that too much. I'd like to do that to level them up, but once they get to a certain level of strength, they're going to be able to be kitted out in the best plate armor, the best weapons, and things like that, and then we're going to be in a really good position. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. But I suppose for now, that will be it for this episode. I'd like to hear your thoughts, actually. I'd like to hear your feedback on this challenge run, and if you'd like to see more, then by all means, let me know. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.